Ganito po yung itsura ng assessment notice na ini-issue ng Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR sa mga taxpayers under po ng audit investigation through issuance of the letter of authority or LOA. However, ganito, in practice, minsan yung mga assessment notices na ini-issue ng BIR ay hindi po nare-receive ng taxpayer. At ano po yung gagawin ng taxpayer kapag hindi tayo naka-receive ng assessment notice from the Bureau of Internal Revenue? Yun po yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon. Let's start. So ito po yung binabang Supreme Court decision na may kinalaman sa pagpapareceive ng assessment notices ng BIR sa mga taxpayers. Title niya po, Manasoft Technology Corporation, GR number 244202. Kalaban niya po yung Commissioner of Internal Revenue. May kinalaman po ito sa tax. Promulgated po siya ng July 10, 2023. Ito po yung decision. At jump na po tayo sa page number 9 ng decision. Kung gusto niyo po pag-aralan niyo ito, okay, i-request nyo sa ating Facebook page Messenger Accounting Tutorial Center o yung may research this Supreme Court decision on the internet para mapag-aralan nyo, mabasa nyo yung full text. Jump na po tayo dito sa page number 9 ng decision na applicable sa ating pinag-aaralan ngayon. It is undisputed that the NIC or Notice of Informal Conference, dati, ngayon ay Notice of Discrepancy na. The Preliminary Assessment Notice and the Final Assessment Notice bear indications that they were personally served. However, those who received them were not authorized representatives of the petitioner or the taxpayer juridical entity Manasoft Corporation. To recall, the NIC in the Preliminary Assessment Notice appeared to have been served upon one Miss Gladys Badokdok, whose indicated position was Client Service Assistant. The final assessment notice, on the other hand, was personally served upon a certain Angelo Pineda, who was a reliever security guard at the time and who was not even an employee of the petitioner. Yun po ang nangyayari ngayon sa practice, sa real-world taxation. Yung assessment notices, kadalasan or minsan, pinapareceive sa mga front desk or frontliner ng taxpayer o kaya mismo sa security guard. Ngayon, hindi nakakarating sa taxpayer, hindi nare-receive ng taxpayer. Kasi minsan si security guard o kaya si frontliner, nilalagay o tinatago dun sa drawer tapos nakakalimutang iabot or ibigay sa taxpayer. Ngayon po, ang rule po kasi natin dyan, ito this one po, Section 228 of the Tax Code explicitly provides that when the respondent finds that the proper taxes should be assessed, the taxpayer must be properly notified of its findings. Moreover, under Section 3.1.4 of Revenue Regulation Number 12, 1999, personal delivery must be acknowledged with the taxpayer or his duly authorized representative. Hindi po kasi pwedeng i-receive ng kung sino-sinong tao, empleyado, official, ng taxpayer ang assessment notices na galing sa Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR. Dalawang tao lang po dapat nagre-receive niyan ng mga assessment notices including letter of authority from the BIR. Dalawang tao lang po. The taxpayer himself or herself or his, her, or its duly authorized representative. Kung sole proprietor po yung business nyo, kaya po mismong business owner pwede mag-receive ng letter of authority or assessment notice from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Pero yung kahera nyo, yung sales clerk nyo, security guard nyo, kung meron kayong security guard, hindi sila pwede mag-receive ng assessment notice or letter of authority from the BIR kung wala po silang authorization. At kung sole proprietor po yung inyong business, ang authorization po nila must be special power of attorney and properly notarized. At nakalagay ito sa SPA or special power of attorney na ano yung kanilang authorization. Kagaya ng authorization to receive notices, assessment notices, or letter of authority, or document sa BIR na may kinalaman sa audit investigation. Kung ang business nyo naman ay corporation, halamang ang corporation ay juridical entity. Mag-a-act lang po yan through its officials and employees. So, sino yung duly authorized representative ng corporate taxpayer? Malalaman nyo yan o makikita nyo po sa board resolution and properly notarized. So, dapat po yung magre-receive ng assessment notices, letter of authority, even the security guard. Pati yung mga sales clerk na madalas na kung kanino pinapareceive ng BIR yung assessment notices, dapat po meron silang board resolution properly notarized para to authorize them to receive assessment notices, documents, LOA from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Hindi kasi counted as receipt by the taxpayer yung na-receive ng mga empleyado, kapitbahay mo, security guard nyo, kasi wala naman silang authorization. So, dapat magiging counted lang yan as receipt by the taxpayer kung meron silang authorization, board resolution, or special power of attorney. Ngayon, minsan, nagpapareceive si BIR officer, revenue officer, or examiner, wala yung taxpayer, o ayaw tanggapin mismo ng taxpayer yung pinapareceive ng BIR assessment notices or letter of authority. So, anong gagawin ng BIR? Under our law, Revenue Regulation Number 12/1999 as amended by Revenue Regulation Number 18/2013 and amended by Revenue Regulation Number 22 Series of 2020, ang gagawin po ng BIR examiners or revenue officers na nagpapareceive ng LOA o assessment notice sa taxpayer na wala doon mismo sa registered address or known address, o kaya ayaw mismo tanggapin, nire-refuse yung pag-receive ng service ng assessment notice or LOA, magtatawag po dapat yung BIR officials or examiners ng barangay official. Not only barangay captain, but barangay official ng barangay hall. And 2 disinterested persons. Yung disinterested persons ay legal age person na hindi empleyado ng BIR. Sila kasi yung magwi-witness na wala yung taxpayer dun sa kanyang registered business address o kaya nire-refuse ni taxpayer yung service ng assessment notice or letter of authority. So, ang tawag po dun ay constructive service. Valid po yun as receipt ng taxpayer, even the juridical entity taxpayer or corporate taxpayer. Constructive service ang tawag doon. Pero pag personal service, personal na pina-receive, tapos sa sales clerk, sa cashier, security guard, kung kani-kanino sa tambay, na wala namang authorization, walang board resolution, walang special power of attorney, hindi po siya counted as receipt by the taxpayer. May nangyari niyan sa IBA Zambales. Nagulat na lang sila, naka-receive sila ng final assessment notice. Final assessment notice. Kasi bago maging final assessment notice yon, meron muna yung notice of discrepancy and preliminary assessment notice. Ayun pala, pinareceive pala sa mga empleyado, yung parang frontliner yata na empleyado, tapos yung empleyado nilang ginawa, tinago sa drawer, tapos yung empleyado nila nag-resign. Nag-resign nang hindi nabibigay sa taxpayer o kanino mang corporate officer o president o may-ari ng corporation yung pinareceive sa kanya ng BIR. Ano nangyari? Pwede pong itanggi ng taxpayer na wala siyang nare-receive na notice of discrepancy, preliminary assessment notice, or even the letter of authority kasi pinareceive ng BIR sa hindi naman duly authorized representative ng taxpayer. Pwede nyo isama sa protest nyo yung violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Kasi papasok po yun sa violation of taxpayers' right to due process dahil wala po tayong na-receive ng notice of discrepancy o kaya naman preliminary assessment notice or both prior to receipt of the final assessment notice kasi ang naka-receive ay hindi naman duly authorized representative. So, pwedeng itanggi yun ng taxpayer. Hindi siya counted as receipt by the taxpayer in accordance with dito sa Supreme Court decision. Pwede niyo pong basahin to yung whole text. So, nangyari po dito sa Supreme Court decision, jump na po tayo sa decision. Ayan po. The deficiency tax assessment and warrant of distraint and or levy issued against petitioner Manasoft Technology Corporation for the calendar year 2008 are declared null and void and accordingly canceled. Kinancel po ng Supreme Court yung assessment and warrant of distraint and levy na in-issue ng BIR sa taxpayer Manasoft Technology Corporation in this case simply because hindi po duly authorized representative ang nag-receive ng Notice of Informal Conference, dati yung Notice of Informal Conference or NIC, ngayon ay Notice of Discrepancy na, pati yung Preliminary Assessment Notice, pati yung Final Assessment Notice ang nag-receive security guard. Void po yun. Pwede po i-invoke ng taxpayer yung violation of taxpayer's right to due process kasi wala siyang na-receive na assessment notice kasi ang nag-receive hindi duly authorized representative. Ngayon, pag nag-protest kayo, isasama nyo yon sa protest ninyo. Ngayon, gumawa na po tayo ng template. Ito na po, gumawa na po tayo ng template para ma-invoke nyo yung rights nyo to violation of taxpayers' right to due process kasi wala kayong na-receive na notice of discrepancy and or preliminary assessment notice prior to receipt ng final assessment notice or mismo wala kayong na-receive na letter of authority tapos nakatanggap kayo ng final assessment notice kagaya na nangyari sa iba Zambales dito sa Zambales. Nagulat na nga lang sila, naka-receive sila ng final assessment notice. Pero walang LOA, wala silang nare-receive na LOA, walang notice of discrepancy, walang preliminary assessment notice. So, ang remedy ng taxpayer, mag-protest ka. Pag nag-protest ka, kasi sa final assessment notice, pag na-receive mo yung final assessment notice, meron kang 30 days. 30 days from the date of the receipt of your final assessment notice, pwede ka mag-file ng protest sa regional director or any BIR official na pumirma o nag-sign, nag-issue ng final assessment notice sa inyong company within 30 days from the date of the receipt. Pwede siyang request for reconsideration or request for reinvestigation. 4 pages po itong template natin at ibibigay po namin sa inyo ng free of charge pag nag-avail po kayo nitong ating RWB book na Strategic Handling and Surviving the BIR Tax Audit Investigation. This is more than 600 pages at may mga kasama din tayong other templates ng protest letters na isi-send po namin sa email nyo once you availed our RWB book po. You may visit our website, atcbebe.com to order our RWB book. Meron din po tayo dito mga exclusive videos to explain step by step yung contents ng ating RWB book. So, hindi nyo ito babasahin para pag-aralan kasi very technical yung mga contents ng ating RWB book. May mga actual tax cases po tayo dito, actual tax assessment notices, actual letter of authority, actual protest letters na ginawa in the process of availing our taxpayers' right under our law. May due process kasi sa issuance ng tax assessment. At kasama sa due process nga ay yung pagpapareceive ng notice of discrepancy, preliminary assessment notice, including the letter of authority prior to conduct of audit investigation with the BIR examiners. Kaya lang, pinapareceive kung kani-kanino. So, pwede mong itanggi yung taxpayer kasi hindi yun counted as receipt ng taxpayer. Magiging counted lang yon as receipt by the taxpayer if yung nag-receive ay may authorization, either board resolution or special power of attorney. Okay? So, this is 4 pages. Ang gagawin niyo po dito sa ating template na ginawa, edit nyo lang, isasama nyo lang to, ika-copy-paste nyo lang sa ginawa niyang protest letter to be filed again, na ipa-file nyo against the final assessment notice na na-receive nyo sa Bureau of Internal Revenue. Kasi wala kayong na-receive na notice of discrepancy, o wala kayong na-receive na preliminary assessment notice, o kaya naman wala kayong na-receive na letter of authority. Pwede po ito. Copy-paste lang po ito. Tapos, kung meron kayong question, meron po tayong support and consultation exclusive lang sa ating Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. Once nag-avail na kayo ng ating RWB book, this is investment fee is 9,999 only. Kasama na to lahat, RWB book, yung ating HEC videos na exclusive lang to explain the contents of our RWB book on our website. Pati po yung ating templates na isasend po namin sa email ninyo na sa 10 templates na yata to, 10 or 9 templates na pwede nyo pong i-edit based dun sa tax case na hawak-hawak nyo. Tapos, if you have question regarding your tax assessment and letter of authority or tax audit investigation ng BIR sa inyong company, pwede kayo mag-message sa ating Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center, para ma-avail nyo yung ating support. Wala pong bayad yung support natin. Kasama na po sa package ng pag-avail nyo ng RWB book, yung ating support, HEC videos, and templates. Pre-delivery po tayo in the Philippines. So maraming salamat po. Sana'y maraming natutunan sa ating topic today. And order now your RWB book para matuto po kayo ng BIR Tax Audit Investigation from letter of authority hanggang final decision on disputed assessment. Yun po yung coverage ng topics natin sa ating RWB book. From letter of authority hanggang final decision on disputed assessment, may mga templates po tayo na pwede nyo pong gamitin sa inyong company case-to-case basis. Edit nyo lang, sisend namin sa email nyo once nag-avail kayo ng ating RWB book. So mag-aral na po tayo. Huwag na po kayo maglagay sa BIR under the table every time na makaka-receive kayo ng LOA kasi kapag naglagay kayo, under the table kayo, next year, may LOA na naman kayo. Next year, may LOA na naman kayo. Tapos palaki yung bribe na ibinibigay nyo sa BIR examiners. So mag-aral po tayo. Maraming salamat po. Kita-kits po tayo sa mga other helpful tax tutorial videos natin. Bye-bye! Thank you po!